Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So as you saw by the title of today's video, I am doing my natural makeup routine with a feeding tube, as it does look a little different doing my makeup with a feeding tube versus when I did not have one. So I just want to bring you guys along on how my natural everyday makeup looks. Little context, I have this feeding tube because I have this condition called gastroparesis, which makes me unable to really eat a lot of food and I get sick a lot and throw up. So this tube bypasses my stomach as my stomach does not work and it goes into my small intestine, but I will get into more details about upcoming news I've had from doctors farther along in the video about surgeries and yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the very first thing I do when starting my makeup is I take the tape on the side of my nose where my tube is taped and I undo that and I retape the tube onto my nose just so I can work on the sides of my face with makeup first before I move onto my nose and it looks even. So that is what we are going to do now. I just have some like paper tape that I'm going to be using. Okay, so I secured the tube onto my nose, so now I can work with the side of my face, and now I am just going to be going in with my moisturizer. I just like really getting this side because that side of my skin gets so dry from all of the tape. But I want to tell you guys a story time about literally yesterday. I was in the ER from like 7 a.m. to like 8 p.m. just for a tube change because I threw up my tube. It sucked. And let me tell you, this was a pretty traumatic tube change yesterday. So I went in and I thought they were just gonna do it like bedside and just have x-ray come and like see when like the tube gets down, because I have an NJ tube, so I don't know the full name, like nasal jejunum, I don't know the full name. But anyways, it goes past my stomach and like past it goes into my small intestine. And so I thought they were gonna do it bedside and just like push it in and like come and x-ray it to make sure it's going down right. But they were like, IR is gonna have to do it. And so that had us waiting there. We got there for I think like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And so we got there and then they're like, we're gonna actually go ahead and just do the surgical tube and schedule the surgery for today. Because the plan is to actually, this is hopefully my last nasal tube ever. I had a GI appointment a few weeks ago about getting a surgical tube and they were like, yeah, we're gonna put in a stat order for that as this tube has just been causing so many issues in my throat and in my nose. Like I can't even smell it on my nose anymore and it's causing a lot of issues and it's not meant to be long term. So I would be getting a gas GJ tube, so part would go in my stomach and the other would go into my small intestine where I would get the formula. Anyways, they were like, we're gonna call down the IR and get this scheduled. But let me do my next part of my makeup first. Now I'm gonna go in with this primer. I love it so much. I'm literally almost out of it. I need to get more. But I just do that in like just this area and I just rub this in with my hands. But yeah, so they call IR and then IR is like, oh, we can't see her because last year I was actually admitted to the hospital with sepsis and I had to go down to IR for my other catheter, like suprapubic catheter change. And let me tell you, that was the most traumatic change ever, and there ended up having to be like a file of complaint and like I think the board of the hospital got involved with that. It's just like, it was a long story that I'm not really gonna get into now. And I just make sure this is all rubbed in. So IR calls and they're like, we're not changing your tube because one of the nurses who was there with me in the room last year was there and they were like, we're not comfortable having her come down here for doing the tube. And let me tell you, this was within the span of like 6 hours and the nurses already in the ER were like, we can just do it up here, but the doctor was adamant at being done in IR and then IR was like, no. Anyways. Let me go in with my next product. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Fenty Beauty Skin Tint, and I just rub that in also with my hands. But anyways, we was waiting for like 5 hours for IR, and then the nurse comes in and says, we're just gonna do it up here. IR doesn't want to do it, and like she told us the story of like how they weren't comfortable because of a complaint last time that someone made about me, which I don't even remember making a complaint about it. I just like I remember something happened down there that was like not okay and unethical, but I don't remember like, I think the hospital had to like report it. And yeah, oh my gosh. But anyways, so they go and they're trying to change it up in the emergency room, and it took them 3 different times before they were like, we're not able to get it past your stomach into your like jejunum or whatever. I don't know the name of that, but they were like, we were unable to do it. So then they call IR, and at this point it's 5 o'clock and IR is already closed. So they ended up having me wait, and then at like 6 o'clock they call and they're like, IR is just gonna do it. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I could have been out like at like noon because we got there so early, like, and we were just waiting, and it was just so, oh my gosh, it was just so frustrating. And then I go down to IR and it takes them like 8 different tries, and it was there for like an hour, and it was just so painful, like probably the most painful like tube I've ever gotten. Like, they kept like getting different wires in like one of these parts of the tubes to put it in, and it was just very uncomfortable and very painful. And they kept like, they had to pull the tube out and do a different one, and like I don't even know all they did, but I was just like I was just like in so much pain while they were doing it, and I was just hoping they were just like, it would just go into my intestine, but it kept like coiling into my stomach. So yeah, finally they got it in, and honestly, I'm literally probably only gonna have this nasal tube for like a week before I get the surgery for the surgical tube, because the order is in as in stat, so like urgent, because yeah, I've had this tube for a very long time and it is causing a lot of complications. But yeah, after I rub this skin tint in, I just make sure to get it in really well. Oh gosh, I should be looking in my mirror and not at my camera because it is not blended. Okay, so after I go in with that, I'm just going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I also realized I never took my hospital bands off. I should probably do that because hate the hospital. Anyways, yeah, just being in the hospital all day yesterday just was like awful. Like, I have so many like traumatic memories in that hospital, and it just was like, yeah, it was not a fun day and very like frustrating, because they also like, I was asking for like nausea meds and stuff because I wasn't really keeping anything down, and I was asking for nausea meds, and they said, oh, we forgot. And like, one of my friends was there and like went to the doctor, and like after like 2 hours of us asking and them saying they'd bring it, they were like, oh wait, we forgot about that, oh my gosh. And so yeah, it was like, I understand they were busy, but it's just like I was waiting on meds for 2 hours, like feeling awful. And they also gave me no call light, so I couldn't press the call light to get the nurse's attention or anything, and my wheelchair was literally on the other side of the room, which they always do that when I'm in the hospital. They never put the wheelchair next to the bed, which always makes me so uncomfortable because I literally can't get up and walk to my wheelchair. Anyways, now with my concealer, I just put it under my eyes right here, and then on right here, and then on my chin, and then once we get to my nose, I'll put it on my nose. So yeah. And with blending this, I am just grabbing my all-nighter setting spray, and I am just grabbing my beauty blender and just spraying a little bit of that, and then I'm just going to blend it out. And I think honestly also what like really like frustrated me yesterday was literally right when they got there, they were like, oh my gosh, there is a stat order for a GJ. We could just do that today. Like, we'll schedule you in for it and we'll get that done today so you don't have to wait. And then 2 people told me that, and then the doctor comes in and is like, oh, we can't do that now. You're gonna have to wait for it to be outpatient, even though it's a stat order. Like, it will probably happen within the next week. And I was like, so I'm just gonna have to suffer with a tube for a new tube for a week that took like so many tries to get in and so many attempts to do. And yeah, it was just not a fun process yesterday, and definitely like I felt like awful after, like physically, like I've been in a flare-up also, and just like waiting so long for the nausea meds and like the anxiety meds, like it was just, yeah, definitely, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad to be home and be able to sleep in my own bed, because that was not fun. But yeah, on other news, I am planning on doing a video of when I do get the GJ tube, just bringing you guys along with the process, because I actually have no idea what it's going to be like. And so I'm thinking of vlogging it for you. Of course, not while they're doing the surgery, but like the process before and the process after, and me being able to like live more of a normal life and not have to deal with this stupid tube on my nose. Oh my gosh, like I am sick of it. It causes like skin irritation, and it's just, yeah, it's very frustrating, and I'm just ready to get it out. I mean, honestly, I wish I had no tube and was able to eat normally, but realistically speaking, that's not happening right now. But yeah, I'm just blending this out like short and quick with like dabs or whatever. So I just finished blending that out, and now I'm going in with my Morphe setting powder, and I'm just going to put that where I put my concealer. And I'm just blending it now out like this, and make sure to go out with it. If you guys have tips on like how to do your makeup, I am no professional at makeup at all. I am just blending this out now outwards. So after this, I am going to just go in with my setting spray and just spray this down just so it stays. So yeah. I love setting spray. I literally love it. Like, oh. After I set my face, I'm going in with my LSY contour stick. I am really bad at contouring. I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, bear with me. But I am just going to like go where the cheekbones are, and then just up here, and then down here, and then when I get to my nose, I'll do my nose. But I always get scared doing my nose because I'm so bad at it. I'm just gonna do it with my little mirror. And I literally make sure I use like the littlest bit, because a little goes a long way with this. But I literally love the packaging in this. It's so cute. And now I'm just gonna go in with my beauty blender and just blend this a little bit. This part I always get scared of because I'm so bad at doing this. Anyways, while I'm blending this out, this video is sponsored by Grounding Time, so I want to share a little bit more about Grounding Time and my experience using their grounding fitted sheet. So let's get right into that. Hi guys, today I partnered with Grounding Time, and they sent me their grounded bamboo fitted sheet, and I just want to tell you guys a little bit about it and give y'all a little unboxing. But before I do that, I want to share with you my story and a little bit about me and why I'm so excited to use this. So 3 years ago, I became paralyzed from the waist down due to a neurological disorder, and I have had a lot of health issues coming with that and chronic pain, and I have a really hard time sleeping, and this mat helps my sleep tremendously. I will get into more of the health benefits farther along in this video, but I just wanted to give y'all a little quick why I'm so excited about this. Alright, I'm gonna voice over the unboxing part, but here we have the grounding sheet, and then this is the multimeter tester kit. So let's unbox the grounding sheet first. Literally right when opening the box, it is so cute. Like, look at that wrapping on it. Like, oh my gosh. So once I open the box, the first thing that comes in it is this grounding outlet tester. And then after that, we have the grounding cord, which is 16.4 feet. And then it comes the manual. And then we have the grounding fitted sheet itself. Now let's unbox the multimeter. So it comes with a manual, some cords, and then a thermometer, and the batteries, and of course the device itself. Here is me with the cords plugged in. Now I'm just going to be testing my outlet with the grounding outlet tester. It looks good, so now let's plug in my grounding cord from the grounding sheet box into the top outlet. After that, I'm going to be grabbing the black wire from the digital multimeter and plugging that into the bottom. Now I'm going to grab the grounding sheet itself and plug that white cord into it. I hope you enjoyed that montage of the unboxing of the grounded fitted sheet and the multimeter. So now I'm going to be testing my voltage before and after touching the grounded fitted sheet. And how I do that is I first turn the multimeter onto the voltage setting, which is, there is a V right there. It's the very first one. And then I'm going to be plugging the black wire into the outlet, and I'm going to be having my hand on the red one before and after touching the sheet. So let's get right into it. And I forgot to mention this, but the voltage should go down when I touch the grounded fitted sheet. I have the black wire plugged into the outlet, so now I'm going to turn this on to the voltage setting, and we're going to see my voltage before I touch the sheet. So it is on, and let's just see what my voltage is. It looks like it is 0.083 or 0.084. Okay, so I'm touching the sheet now, and I have my hand on the red wire, and it has gone down to a 0. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. So now that you guys just saw that, let's get to some of the benefits this sheet does. Not only is the grounding sheet comfortable, it has many health benefits. It helps chronic inflammation and repairs tissue damage. It increases your circulation and blood flow. It also improves your sleep by regulating your cortisol rhythm into having a deeper sleep. This sheet also helps with muscle tension and fatigue. It is also machine washable. This sheet has so many benefits, and I am so grateful to have partnered with Grounding Time today. Make sure to go check it out for yourself. Let's get right back into the video. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that ad. Next I'm going in with my Rare Beauty blush, and I just do 2 dots right here. And then I grab my brush and I just like blend upwards with it. And then of course there's a lot here, so I'm just going in with the rest of the concealer on this brush, and I'm just going to be blending that in. But as you can see right here, this is all from the tape jobs I do with the feeding tube, so this part just is not like gonna be easy to blend with my skin right now while I have the nasal tube. So after I blend all that out, I like to go in with this Benefit powder blush and just put that over because I blended it. I don't know, I love blush, like just gonna go in with that, just where I put the blush. And after that, I like to go in with my Hoola bronzer and put that where I just put my contour. I use this, like, I think this is a highlighter blush, but I just use it for that because I find it easier. I just like do it like just subtly because I already have that contour on. So after that, I'm just gonna put more setting spray on, and then I'm gonna work on my brows while the setting spray dries, and then I'm gonna tape this back to the side of my cheek and start working on my nose. Okay, so for my brows, I just use this e.l.f. clear brow gel, and then after that, I just go in, I think this is Benefit, it's all worn off, and I recently got this too because I use it so much, I love it, and this just gives like a little tint to my brows. But I honestly like my natural brows in general, so I really just use a little bit of this just to fill in like the extra spots. And while the clear brow gel is drying, I am just gonna go work on my eyes, and I'm just using this Stella highlighter on the inner corner of my eyes with my natural makeup. I don't really like doing like full-on eye makeup because I just feel like it doesn't make it look as natural, and like it's not really my everyday makeup because I don't have a lot of time to do that every day. But yeah. So with this, I'm going to just be grabbing this like tiny brush, and I'm just gonna get a little bit on here, dab it, and then put it on the inner corner of my eyes. It just like gives it a little pop, I feel. So now that my like clear brow gel is dry, I'm just gonna go in with this Benefit brow like tinted brow gel. And now it is time to take the tape off my nose and tape my 2B tape to the side of my face. And we will get working on doing my nose. This is a 2B tape I have all cut up and chosen. It's little purple bows. I feel like it matches my outfit pretty well. And my nails. Like the tape just irritates my nose so much. Like literally look how red that is. Like that's crazy. So I just put this over my nose. Like that is so red. Oh my gosh. I literally like I'm so sick of this tube. Like it's just driving me crazy, and yeah. And then with my nose, it's kind of the same as the base of my face. I go in with my moisturizer, and then I go in with my little primer, and then I go in with concealer. I don't do skin tint on my nose. I kind of just do concealer, and then I will go and attempt contouring it, which I'm really bad at, so we will see how that goes. But yeah, so first I'm just gonna get like the littlest bit of this on my finger. Like that much, and then put that on my nose and just like rub it because it is probably irritated from all of the tape. And I just like kind of like rub it in because I want this to be blended out with the rest of my face and not look really weird, which it's kind of hard to do. But yeah, I literally look like Rudolph right now, guys. This is not even funny. Like that's so bad. Like, oh my god. Okay, we're fixing this. Don't worry. So this primer, I just do that because, yeah, just rub that in with my hands. And I like try and blend it with the rest of my face. Then I'm gonna go in with my concealer. And I just do a little dot right there, and I will do more concealer probably after I contour my nose, just to like make sure it looks like good, and so it blends out really well. But yeah, so we're just gonna do that, and I am just going to blend this in now with my beauty blender and my setting spray. So I do a little spray on that, shake it, and then just start dabbing. And as you can see, my nose is still red from this. I think it's just because I'm blending it a lot, and yeah, it definitely does look cakey. If you guys have any tips on how to not make my skin look so cakey, because I do like the setting spray, setting powder, do all of that, but it still like looks cakey, and I just like, oh, it frustrates me so much. But I don't know if that's just because it's my skin type, and with like having the tube and the tape and irritating it. But now I'm just going to go in with my Morphe setting powder, and I'm just going to let that sit for like 5 minutes. And then, oh, this little like elf gifted this to me with like some other products. Like, I don't know what this is, like a sponge. As you can tell, I am not a pro at makeup, or don't know many names of stuff. I just kind of do it. So yeah, I'm just going to let this sit. And I'm going to like go back under my eyes with it too, just because. Okay, so I let this sit for a little bit, and my nose and face are still a little red. They're just irritated from probably like all the taping job they did in the hospital yesterday, and just in general like having tape on my face. It's not meant to be there, but I need it with the feeding tube. But now I'm going to contour my nose, and I just have this brush right here, and I'm going in with my LYS contour stick. So I'm just gonna like put a little bit on here, and then just like go down my nose and go right here. I actually have no idea how to contour my nose. I just saw a video on TikTok of someone doing it this way, so we will see if it works out. I don't do this often, so I just want to start doing it in my everyday makeup. And maybe if you guys have tips on how to contour my nose, comment them down below, because yeah. I'm going in with my little itty bitty beauty blender, and I'm just gonna blend this outwards. And then, because that, I totally forgot, I'm just gonna put a little concealer down the middle and the sides, and then blend it like that, and see if that works better. Like that. Maybe that'll help? We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I don't know if that actually did anything, but whatever. So for my highlighter on my nose, I was going to use the Stella powder highlighter, but I think I'm going to go in with my like little liquid Charlotte Tilbury one. And I just do a dot right in the middle. And then I'm just going to blend this out with my little blush brush, so I get blush on my nose as well. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, it's time to work on my lips. And first for my lips, I'm just going to use this liquid peel off lip liner. I have no idea where it's from, but yeah. And I just kind of like go like on like line my lips with it. And I kind of just let this sit until it starts to peel off. Alright guys, so now it is time to peel the lip liner off. I waited about like 20 minutes. The top part already like peeled off, so I'm just gonna like peel this off with my hand. Like so. And then I like to just rub it in with like my lips like so it like blends out. And then after that, I'm just gonna put a lip gloss on. I like literally like have so many lip glosses. This is the first one I picked, so I'm just gonna put this like Glossier, I think this is their Rose Balm lip gloss on my lips. And then after that, I am going to go back in with my Stella powder highlighter, and I'm just gonna like put it under my lips and above my lips to just pop it out. And I'm going in with this like tiny brush. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to get my setting spray and spray my face. And then I'm going to work on just doing mascara under my eyes. For my mascara, I like to use the Tarte Light Camera Lashes Mascara. I literally love this so much, and I just feels like it pops out my eyelashes so well. And I like kind of just go down with my mascara and like go in like this kind of motion. Thank you so much for watching today's video in my natural makeup routine with the feeding tube. It is a little frustrating having this feeding tube and just dealing with it, but I know it's something I need in my life right now to live. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below any questions you guys have. I would love to answer them, and I literally love your guys' sweet comments so much, and I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to watch me and my journey in walking again, as 3 years ago I got paralyzed from the waist down and I've been on a mission to walk again since. And I love making videos like these that just show how my life is a little different, but I still manage to do everything else everyone else can do. It just might look a little different. But thank you guys for watching. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye!